welcome to another exciting episode of Connect with Eleanor. On today's episode, we're talking about the power of atmosphere, how to shift your energy and change your life. Many of us don't have an idea what an atmosphere is and how it has so much impact on our lively activities. So I'm going to be giving us an introduction of what exactly an atmosphere is and how it has an impact on us as individuals. Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Connect with Eleanor. Today we're talking about atmospheres. Atmospheres are very powerful. An atmosphere is not just gases or surroundings, it is an environment, it is a mood, it is an energy that affects our lives. Atmospheres set the tone for our experiences, they set the tones for our emotions, for our interaction. Number one, atmospheres are contagious. What it means is that they can fill a room and they can influence everyone. Let me give you guys an example. Probably you're in a particular occasion, you're in a wedding ceremony, and there's a particular couple that walks in. There's a way they carry themselves with so much charisma that you feel that shift in the atmosphere. Who are these people? You're just curious to get to know them. So this atmosphere, they carry feeling of joy, fear, depending on the particular atmosphere that someone carries. Now, the atmosphere you carry can spread to others. It can affect others. It can affect their mood. It can affect their interaction. That's how you see that when you're in a particular setting and there's a lady that is so cheerful, she just comes into the room and cheers everybody up, and everybody is happy, everybody is bubbling just because that person is around. So that kind of person carry a joyful atmosphere. You want to talk, even if you were depressed before. Once you are around such a person, you feel so alive. So that kind of person carries an atmosphere of joy. And there are some people that when they carry bad energy and all these things, when they get into the environment, everybody just feels so sad, depressed, angry. So it depends on the kind of atmosphere that someone carries. One thing about atmospheres is that atmospheres are creative. What they mean is that they have the power to encourage others, they have the power to suppress growth or actually empower growth. So it depends on the kind of atmosphere that you expose yourself to. It is important to understand the benefit of atmosphere in your house, in your home, in your working environment. If you're in an atmosphere whereby it really promotes you working on yourself, maybe you're working in a company and the environment is so good that it promotes you growing. You have people that are always encouraging you to do more, to be better, then that kind of environment will surely stimulate your growth at a very fast rate. But if you're in an environment whereby everybody is just speaking discouraging words, negative words, everybody's just depressed, there is no how you can move forward. So that which brings me to the point that atmospheres are creative. Now the third thing is that atmospheres are tangible. That means you can feel them when someone walks in the room. When that pretty lady walks in the room, everybody just wants to know who she is because she carries so much presence. She carries so much embodiment of beauty, of grace, Whether you are aware of it or not, atmospheres are very powerful, and different people with different kind of atmosphere. Some people carry atmosphere of encouragement. When they're around you, are hyped up, you want to do more. They're always pushing you to become better. And there are some people when you're in their atmosphere, you just say discouraging words, they just discourage you with negative words and all. So depending on the kind of atmosphere people are. Another thing that I would say is that atmospheres are personal. What it means is that people carry atmospheres whether they like it or not. The atmosphere that you carry every day you go outside depends on who you have been with. What I mean is that if you have, let's say you're living with somebody that is always discouraging, that is always saying negative things, and you go outside, it will reflect on the kind of atmosphere you carry. People will sense it around you. So atmosphere is very personal, and it's something that you carry around whether you're aware of it or not. Another thing that is the most vital part of an atmosphere is that atmosphere can be changed. You have the power to change your atmosphere. If you are in an environment that is not supporting you, like that is always discouraging you, if the atmosphere that the people around you are carrying is not something that is helping your life, you can always change it. So now I'm going to be giving us the 12 key elements that make up an atmosphere. What are the elements that influences atmosphere with people? So this will let us get into the depth of what exactly an atmosphere is, how we create such atmospheres around us, how you feel like some people carry bad energy. I mean, when they're around you, you just feel somehow, and why some people carry so much presence of God, why some people carry so much life and inspiration and so much joy when they are around. So the first thing that I would say is the first element of an atmosphere is that your environment really affects the kind of atmosphere that you carry around. Your physical environment, you understand? If you're living in a room where everywhere is so jam-packed together, it is not organized, there is no how you'll be able to think clearly. It helps them become calm, they are inspired easily. So this also contributes to the kind of atmosphere they carry, because they are coming from a peaceful environment. So environment is very important when it comes to atmosphere. Make sure that your environment is organized, is clean, is very well ventilated. So those are the things that can affect us and the kind of atmosphere that we carry. The second thing that I would say that affects our atmosphere, that makes up, like, people don't just carry bad atmosphere just like that, is that relationships. People create atmosphere, so pay attention to the people that are around you. You understand? The people that are around you are reflecting the kind of values you have. Are they people that speak negative words or positive words? Are they people that can uplift you? Are they people that can encourage you? Because there are some relationships that are so toxic that they keep draining you every single day. So when you go around, people just notice that you carry this kind of gloomy, depressive atmosphere. So when it comes to you creating a good atmosphere, you have to be careful of people, because atmospheres are contagious. If your friend is someone that is always speaking negative things, believe me, it will rub off on you. So you have to be careful when it comes to your relationships. The third thing that I would say is that words create atmospheres. I mean, the language you use within your environment will define it. The language you use within your environment will define it. And another thing, that you have to be careful of your exchange of words. Make effort to always speak with finesse, speak with excellence, with positivity. Don't let anyone speak negative to you. Don't let anyone... See, the other day I was having issues with a friend. I mean, this person is just used to saying things anyhow, just speaking to me in a disrespectful way, just because we are friends. It's not supposed to be so. The fact that you're friends with someone doesn't mean you should use some language. I'm just this kind of person that once you start using some language with me, I don't know why, I just get so how do I put it, uncomfortable with it. So I let you know. So the fact that I'm telling you that the way you're speaking to me, I don't like it. I don't like the kind of atmosphere you're creating around me. It doesn't mean I hate you. It's just that I cannot afford to be around negativity or people that speak negative words to each other, all in the name of we are friends. And you're just saying you are stupid, you are mad. Those words are not words that you're supposed to use for a friend or to a friend, regardless of what you mean. You understand? So another thing that I would say, which is the fourth element of an atmosphere, is your actions, your daily habits, your consistent behavior. You have to make sure that you do things that will benefit you. Anything that you feel like is affecting your mental state, is better for you to stay away from it. So every action that you take also affects your atmosphere. I mean, you deliberately insulted this person, and it's not like this person offended you, but because you are having issues and you decide to vent to that person. The truth of the matter is that when you live that kind of environment, you have this kind of guilty conscience, and this kind of atmosphere you carry will be so discouraging. You'll be feeling like, oh my god, why did I talk to this person like this? And so our actions also determines the kind of atmosphere that we carry. Then another thing that I would say is that our thoughts are very important. The other day, I was just sitting there trying to meditate on how far the journey has been and all like that. And before I knew it, I was already thinking about so many negative things. I had to restructure and retrace my steps back to realize that I cannot keep thinking about things in a negative way, you understand? So it happens to us when we sit down and we are thinking. There's a way our mind just trips to the other side. So we have to be conscious when it comes to our thoughts, because they affect the kind of atmosphere that we carry. Another thing is that our emotions, our emotional state, our mood, you understand, we have to be able to recognize the kind of emotions that we are feeling at a particular time, and try and work on it. Emotional intelligence is very important. Sometime last week I was having issues with electricity and all like that, and I wasn't able to charge my phone, and I was having this kind of frustration because I was like, I need to record another episode, and these people are not just forthcoming and all like that. But I just immediately realized that I was getting kind of angry, so to say. So I had to tell myself that the best thing for me to do is just to stay away from people. Anytime I'm in that kind of angry mood, or I'm just so touchy, I prefer to stay away from people. There are some people that they are so annoying. But on a normal day, you despite the fact that they are annoying, you actually take it, you actually accept it. But on days that your emotions are running high, if that person should try that kind of the way, you just give it to the person back to back. So it happens like that, especially when your emotions are just like roller coasters. You're up today, you're down tomorrow, and then you have this annoying person that is your friend. The person might do something for you another day and you let it slide. But when you're in that state of emotional when your emotions are unstable, you won't be able to take that kind of thing from that person, and then it will seem like, why is she angry? She used to like overlook all these things before. What have I done? The person will be feeling like that. Whereas it's not like that. It's because of your emotional state. It has a lot to do with our atmosphere. Another thing that I would say is that social media, technology, the more social media you consume, trying to check other people's lives, music, those are the things that control your feelings of anxiety, comparison, distraction, telling yourself that this person is better than I am, this person is living a better life than I. Those are the things that affect. While now I've not really been on social media like that, and I see how I've been so calm, I've been at peace. I've not even like that kind of anxiety that comes is not even there. These few days that I was off social media, it made me realize that so many of the things that give me anxiety and worry is because I keep looking at other people's lives. I keep telling myself that this person has done this, I need to do more. This person has done this, I need to do more, because of comparison. But the truth of the matter is that you are only in a competition with yourself and no other person. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's script is different. You have to be intentional when it comes to social media and technology, because there are some things on social media that will encourage you, that will uplift you, like Connect with Eleanor. I'm always here to teach you about the principles of life, things that can help you, And there are some channels that will just bring you down. There are some people that once you enter their page, you just start having high blood pressure, because today they are going to Dubai, tomorrow they are going to France, and you're telling yourself, God, when will you remember me? So those are the things that contribute to our atmospheres. When you start getting depressed, start getting anxious, start telling yourself that, God, when will I get to this place? So you have to be intentional about your social media consumption. You have to be intentional about it in the year 2025. So those are the things that contribute to your atmospheres. Another thing that I would say is that your spirituality, your connection to God, the presence of God, it contributes to your atmosphere. Anytime I spend time with God, I'm in His presence, and I come out of it, there is a way the atmosphere does shift. Even wherever I go to, people just notice that there is something different about this girl, because I'm so joyful, I'm in a good place. But when I have no time, probably due to a busy schedule, and I've not had my quiet time, there is a kind of atmosphere I carry. So even the reason why I have this, how do I put this? I quickly notice the kind of atmosphere that I carry is because of the kind of person I am. I read a lot of books. So I always notice anytime I'm grumpy, I always notice that there is something wrong somewhere with my atmosphere. So I try to stay away from people when such things happen. So we are different. There are some people that when they are going through their thing, they don't even know that their atmosphere is now different. Someone that carries a bubbly bubbly kind of atmosphere, and then suddenly this person is depressive, you might not quickly notice that your atmosphere has shifted. So you have to be intentional about your spirituality. How close are you to God? If you're a Christian, how close is your relationship with God? If you're not yet a Christian, I would suggest you give your life to Him. This is just an advice from me. I'm not trying to force Christianity on you, but I know how far God has brought me. Like I say, especially when it comes to this area of atmospheres, anytime I see that I'm carrying this kind of atmosphere that is not good, that is kind of destructive, I always try to go back to God's presence so that they can, fill me up, so that I won't hurt someone around me because of the kind of atmosphere that I carry. So another thing that I would say that influences your atmosphere is your nutrition and your wellness, your physical health, your diet, what you're eating, how you're taking care of your physical health. It affects your atmosphere a lot. You have to be intentional about your diet, your physical well-being, exercise, relaxation, meditation. Those are the things that you need to practice and carry a good atmosphere. Another thing that I would say is that personal growth. You have to be committed to developing yourself. You have to have a form of self-control. You have to embrace personal growth so that it can help you stay focused. When you're this kind of person that you're always eager to learn, it will affect your atmosphere. When you're around people that probably they know more than you, you'll be able to calm down so that you can learn from them, and it will not affect you. You'll be able to learn from others. You'll be able to be open to learning. Most of the time when you see people that are so rigid with their life, they're not willing to learn from anybody. It comes from the kind of atmosphere they carry. They have this kind of mindset that I don't need anybody, but they have this kind of mindset that they know everything and they're not willing to learn from others. They are the only one that has the knowledge of the whole world. So it is very important that you have a mindset of you want to grow, you want to learn from others. It also affects your atmosphere. Another thing that I would say is that time management also affects our atmosphere. Ability to manage your time wisely, because if you're not managing your time wisely, you'll be stressed up, you'll be anxious, you have anxiety, and then that kind of thing will create a kind of atmosphere around you that you impact onto others. People will start noticing that you're getting angry easily, you're frustrated. So those frustration, anger, and all this that comes from the fact that you're not managing your time wisely will affect the atmosphere you carry. Another thing that I would say is that boundaries are very important when it comes to atmospheres. You understand? Your ability to be able to prioritize your needs. There are some people that they are people pleasers. They always want to put others before themselves. It is very important. If you are to impact your world, if you have to impact your environment, you have to be intentional about yourself and the boundaries. People don't just get to walk all over you anyhow. Respect is mutual. If you respect me, I will respect you. If you do not see me as somebody that you respect, then don't expect any form of relationship between us. So it is very, very important when it comes to atmosphere that you maintain boundaries. Let people know that they can't speak to you anyhow, they can't treat you anyhow. You are your own person, you are an individual, so you have feelings. The 12 elements that make up the atmospheres, those are the things that are to be intentional about when it comes to our atmospheres. So now let me just give us a quick way of how we can shift our atmosphere, probably when we are noticing that we are already spreading a kind of atmosphere that is not our own due to so many issues. The first thing that I would say is that environmental shifts. Make sure that you work on your environment. Don't stay in an environment that is disorganized, with that kind of atmosphere that you carry. The second one that I would say is that relational shifts. What I mean is when it comes to your relationship with people, set boundaries, surround yourself with positive people, this active listening, make sure you're there for the people around you, but at the same time take care of your health. This is when you're okay that you can help others. This is when you'll find that you can be a source of help to others. So make sure you work on your relational shift. The another thing I would say is that your language shifts. Make sure that you speak positive things to yourself. Make sure that you practice gratitude. Make sure you say positive affirmations to yourself. Another thing that I would say is actionable shift. Make sure that you exercise, you journal, you you take care of yourself. Make sure that all the actions that you take, things that will contribute to your self-development. Another thing is mental and emotional shift. Make sure you work on managing your emotions, especially when you're sad or when you're angry or when you're going through things. Make sure you know how to manage your emotions so they don't affect the kind of atmosphere that you create and you carry around and spread to the people around you. If you carry a depressive atmosphere, it will surely spread to the people around you. So you have to be intentional. Then your spiritual shifts, work on your spiritual life. Make sure that you're close with God. Make sure you study, read, soak in God's presence. Another thing is that I would say your mindset is very important when it comes to this, your atmosphere. Make sure you change your mindset about life. Change your mindset about things that you feel like has been holding you down. Make sure you are always intentional about your mindset. So make sure that you create habits that help you. You understand, there are some habits that help you to always have a good atmosphere. Make sure you speak positive things to yourself. Make sure you don't wallow in depression, especially when you're feeling down. Try to cheer up. So those are the things that contribute to the kind of atmosphere that people carry. So when next you see someone that they carry such a bad energy, it's not their fault. There is something wrong with the kind of atmosphere they carry due to several factors that I've mentioned, which are the 12 key elements of atmospheres. Those are the things that affect the kind of atmosphere that people carry: their environment, their relationships, their language, their actions, their thoughts, their emotions, social media, spirituality, nutrition, their personal growth, time management, boundaries. Those are the 12 key elements that you need to be intentional about this year. Those are the things that affect the kind of atmosphere you carry. Understand that every single one of us, we all have things we go through in our lives. We all have difficulties, but it is very important that you try as much as possible to always maintain a positive environment, a positive atmosphere, so that you won't spread a depressive atmosphere to the people around you. You understand? You don't want the people around you to feel like, why is it that every time I'm around this girl, I just feel so sad? So you have to try. There are several times that I myself have carried some negative atmosphere. That's why I always try to shift. Anytime I notice that I'm carrying this kind of atmosphere that is not encouraging or is not this kind of dull, I will try to go back to God's presence, check all these key elements, whether there is something I'm missing somewhere, so that I can carry the right amount of energy to the people around me, with people that I interact with every day. So you have to be intentional about your atmosphere. It affects your life. It affects everything you do. That's why you see people that carry a form of good atmosphere. They are always learning. They're always growing. They're always moving forward. But if you're carrying an atmosphere of backwardness, anger, depression, anxiety, you won't be able to move forward. You will just be in a stagnant place. So please, let us all try to work on our atmospheres so that it can change our lives, so that it can shift our lives. Believe me when I say, if you pay attention to these 12 key elements, you will see differences, you will see changes in the kind of atmosphere you carry. Even people will be like, wow, you are now fun to be with. You're now, being around you just makes me happy. People will start giving you compliments. Instead of anytime I'm around this girl, I'm always feeling drained. Understand? So please, let's try to work on our atmosphere, because they determine how far we go in life. They determine how fast we move in life. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today's episode of Connect with Eleanor. I hope you keep subscribing, you keep sharing, keep letting your loved ones know about Connect with Eleanor. We are all here on a journey of growth, of self-discovery, of healing. Thank you so much for your support towards Connect with Eleanor. I hope you will always remember that Eleanor loves you and Eleanor cares about you. Bye.